Kia ora, New Zealand. I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, we've had a stormy past 24 hours or so, a gust of 159 kilometres an hour in the Wellington region. We saw thunderstorms in Auckland overnight with some squalls that came through in the very early hours. And in the southern part of the country, this cold change has arrived. On the animated wind map today, this is an enhanced wind map showing the energy that the wind is making. And the areas in the bright blue that you see out here, this is the area with the strongest winds, the most amount of wind energy being created. The low parked just south of Stewart Island, very close to southern New Zealand, and those big strong winds continuing on, but the worst of the winds, this is them out here, they've moved on from where we were yesterday. So we've still got more gales coming through for Wednesday, Thursday, and again some more over Saturday and Sunday, but nothing like the ones we've just had. It's more of that usual blustery sort of southern ocean weather that we get more in spring and autumn. Summer's coming back. We're not finished with summer, just a bit of a pause in it. We're going to be talking about La Nina again very soon and the tropics, because things up there are still bubbling away, and we're going to be getting more of those easterly winds, I think, returning next week. But for now, the westerlies, they are certainly in control, and that's a big high there moving in over Tasmania. So let's take a look at the forecast. Here we go for Thursday. So like I say, a bit of a windy day, unsettled, showers blowing across both islands. The South Island, the showers are on both sides of you. You've got a bit of a southwest flow on one side. For others, it might be a little bit more southerly, so that could come into other parts of Canterbury, especially North Canterbury. And Southland, more rain for you. I know you've probably had enough of it, especially with the lower temperatures. One positive, the temperatures have not been quite as low as they were being forecast a few days ago. Not as many of the single-digit temperatures around, but it's still certainly several degrees cooler than it should be. And again, very northern and eastern areas, you are looking mostly dry in the North Island. On Friday, we've got a bit of a calmer day on Friday. It's still a little bit windy around Auckland and a little bit of a breeze coming into some coastal spots. A few showers, mostly on the west coast, one or two around the North Island. They'll be mostly light, short-lived, and still dry along the very north and very eastern sides of both islands. And those showers in Southland also become much lighter, and the temperatures lift up. On Friday, you start to get a little bit warmer down here because you've got a nor'wester coming out of Australia just for Friday. Because by the time we get to Saturday, there's another slightly cooler change. It's more of a westerly from just south of Australia. So it's not super cold, but it's also not, that lovely settled, hot, dry, sunny weather that some of you are wanting and even needing down here in southern and western New Zealand. Another burst of rain coming for you. That's why your rainfall totals are about 200 millimetres this week in the mountains. The North Island's mostly settled as we go into the weekend, high pressure just to the north, so that's why things won't be too unsettled on Saturday around northern areas, and fairly mild, lifting up the temperatures a little bit after the cold change we've just had. Into Sunday, no great changes. The high is still into the north there. The winds pick back up again though, so we'll be seeing coastal areas with blustery conditions, some marine areas just getting up to gale force, 60 k's an hour or so, and around Auckland, the odd gust might come in, pretty blustery conditions there as well. Not problematic to the sense that you get power cuts and trees down, just blustery winds. And we've got a lot of people out there in tents at the moment. So if you're in Coromandel Peninsula, you might find the winds are a little bit strong. Same around Wanaka, Queenstown, Nelson, all those camping spots could be a little bit windy on Sunday. And our final map for Monday still shows high pressure. So this is why we said at the start of January that northern New Zealand is running drier than average, and we still believe that, despite La Nina being here. So La Nina's taken a real break from the weather pattern, at least, around New Zealand. That is likely to change next week. While it kicks off with more of these westerlies, there are low pressure systems up here forming, ex-cyclone, and there's a cyclone actually just off the map. So things are getting a little bit more active, and this one here, this low around New Caledonia, may end up dropping down into the Tasman behind that high. And the next area of high pressure over here, dropping down further south, that may well come into southern New Zealand later next week and encourage more easterlies at the top. That's more like La Nina. It's not all yet locked in. We'll do more of that later this week. Probably on Friday we'll do a good long range forecast. And obviously next week we'll be getting into the what's going on with February. Gosh, just around the corner. That's all from me for today. We will see you again tomorrow. One more thing before I go. Thank you so much to all the people on YouTube for all your comments. I started to write to everyone, then the list just kept going from Christmas to early this year. So to everyone on YouTube, including the negative ones, thank you. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for your feedback. Thanks for taking the time to watch our videos. We're a very small business. We do have a fairly big footprint though, and we really appreciate all your support. We wouldn't be here without it. That's all from me. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday.